I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakakodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one true name is Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, meaning coming in the name, Ba means coming in, Ha means the, Shah means name, Rakah means spirit, Kodash means holy. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you, sincere brothers that are scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you, sincere sisters that are listening in silence, as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Arazakah, and pretty much this lesson is going to be titled as the remnant of Israel. Okay, the remnant. Okay, only a remnant will be saved in these last days. Okay, at the end of this thing, only a remnant will be saved. Not every single Israelite will be saved, or not every single person of the world will be saved. Only the elect of the nation of Israel will be saved. It is written in prophecy that Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel, will be saved. Okay, only a remnant. Okay, and you still have a lot of people that's believing that everyone of the world will be saved. No. Only the elect of the nation of Israel will be saved, which we're all fighting in this truth for, to earn our crown to be of the elect. As you can see right here, we're fighting for that crown. Each and every one of us in this truth is fighting for that crown, hoping to be of the elect. We're those prisoners of hope that's mentioned in the scriptures. Okay, we're all fighting for our crown in this thing. We're fighting for our own spot on that, that golden ticket to receive salvation on that chariot. All right, and that's what this lesson is going to be about, okay? Only a remnant will be saved. Not all Israel will be saved. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And we're going to get some scriptures right now. I'm going to start in Matthew 24 and 31. Lord willing, this is edifying. It says, "And he shall send his angels with a great sound of the trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven, even from the other." Right? Because the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be delivered. They're going to be beamed up. Okay, the elect, they're going to be changed, right? The scriptures say of a twinkling of an eye, mentioned in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, verse 50 all the way down to 54. They're going to be swallowed up in victory. Okay, only the elect is going to be saved. Yahweh Shai, he's going to gather his elect. Right, Genesis 49 mentions of that. The gathering of the people shall be, which is, I believe, is Genesis 49 and 10. It mentions about that, him gathering up his people, the elect. Okay, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to do that gathering. Okay, the elect is going to be beamed up. Okay, this is Isaiah. I think I'll start at verse 20. This is Isaiah 10 and 20. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day." See, this is a future prophecy, that the remnant of Israel, see, not all people, that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, right? But shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Verse 21, here's the point. The remnant shall return. See, so not all Israel is going to be saved, and not every single person of the world is going to be saved. Only the elect is. Now, those Israelites that are of the 2/3, which are going to be destroyed here, they're going to be brought back through the elect in the kingdom. Okay, but only a remnant is going to be delivered on this end. Okay, not every single Israelite is going to be saved. Okay, each and every one of us individually, literally, in this truth, is hoping to be of the elect. A lot of Israelites are going to be 2/3, which we're hoping not to be, but we're all in this truth have lots, but we don't know what our lots will be at the end of this thing. We're praying and hoping to be of the elect, though. It says the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, onto the mighty power. Verse 22, "For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return." See, so not all Israel is going to be saved, and not all people of the world is going to be saved either. You see that? It says the consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. See, so not all Israel is going to be saved. Only a remnant is going to be saved, the elect. Ephesians 1 and 4, "According as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world." You see that? So there's lots already written. All of us have lots written out in this thing. Okay, the thing is, we don't know what our lot is. You see that? Even though the Lord written out our lots, specifically written out our lots, we don't know what our lot is, literally, ourselves. We don't know what our lot is. It could either be of the elect or it could be a 2/3. We don't know. We're hoping to be of the elect, though. It says that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. So you see that? It says, according as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. You see that? That we should be holy and without blame before him in love. You see that? So we hoping to be of the elect. Okay, only a remnant is going to be saved. The Lord already has his elect set up, and he already has 2/3 set up. Now, we don't know what our lots are, though. We don't know what our lots are. The Lord does, but we don't know what our lots are. All right, 2 Timothy 2:10, it says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain salvation, which is in Yahushua Mashiach with eternal glory. So there you go. We're enduring in this thing to be of the elect, to what? To receive salvation. That's why the scriptures say in, Romans 11:7, Israel have obtaineth not which he seeketh for. You see that? But the election have obtained it. That's the elect, right? That have obtained this truth, that have obtained it, right? It says the rest were blinded. And verse 8 says, I will give them ears that they should not, I should give them ears that they should not hear, and eyes that they should not see unto this very day. So you see, the Lord has lots already set up. The thing is, on this end, in this flesh, we don't know what our lots are at the end of this thing. We hoping to be of the elect, though, right? 2 Peter 1:10, it says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. And how do you make your calling and election sure? With diligence. That's why Elder Apostle Hart came up with that video not too long ago saying that as many works as he's putting out, he might not make it. But that's why he gets out as much works as possible. And that goes to all of us, including myself. Okay, because just because you know you're a Hebrew Israelite, you're in this truth and you're in a camp, or just in the truth in general, you just know the scriptures very well, you're in the truth, that don't mean that you're the elect. You can do everything that you've been required to do, and near the end of this thing, still turn out to be a 2/3. You don't know. That's why the scriptures say for us to work out our salvation with fear and trembling, right? I think it's Philippians 2:12, right? We have to literally work out our own salvation. It says, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. See, so this is why we make our calling election sure with diligence doing these videos, right? And going out to camp, you know. It says, 2 Esdras 45:4, for Jacob my servant's sake. And it says, and Israel mine elect. You see that? Because that's who the Lord cares for. That's who the Lord is coming back for. His elect, right? It says, I have even called thee by thy name. It says, I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. You see that? Mine elect's sake. Because that's who the Lord is coming for, that the elect. Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. It says, they that put their trust in him, in Yahweh Shai, shall understand the truth, right? And such as be fulfilled in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, who are the Israelites. Those are the saints, right? And he have care for his elect, because that's who the Lord is coming back for, is he elect. That's why I said you can be a brother to know the scriptures very well. You can know all of those things. You can have a garment. You can have a apocrypher. You can have a 1611 Bible. You're going out to camp faithfully throughout the weeks. You know, you're doing what you're doing, and you still might turn out not to be the elect. You know, and it goes in the other way. You're a brother that's not doing as much works. You should be doing as much works as you can, because you're fighting for your crown in this thing. Okay? Again, we know that we're Hebrew Israelites. We're doing the works. We're working out our salvation. But the scary thing is, you don't know your lot at the end of this thing. You don't know how it's going to turn out. So even though you're doing works and you're doing videos and doing lessons and doing all of these things like that, you don't know for guaranteed near the end of this thing you're the elect. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. There's a gang of different Israelites out there. They all claiming to be Hebrew Israelites. They supposed to be praying and call upon the Lord, the name of the Lord. They're reading their Bible every day faithfully. They praying. They doing all of that. That stuff don't mean that they the elect, though. Even though they're doing all that near the end of this thing, that don't mean that they the elect. If they're not teaching 100% truth, that don't mean they the elect. You can even be teaching 100% truth and still turn out to not be the elect. That's why it's scary, right? This is John 15:16. It says, ye have not chosen me. You see that? But I have chosen you and ordained you, that you should go and bring forth fruit, your labors, your works. That's why we're in this thing. We're doing videos and getting as much as this truth, you know, getting in as much as we can with our works. It says, and that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. So you see that? That's our purpose in this truth. We're working out our salvation, and doing as best as we can to the best of our ability in this thing. Isaiah 1 and 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. Because not every single Israelite is going to be saved. Near the end of this thing, not all Israel is going to be saved. You're going to have 2/3 be put to death and be destroyed, which is coming. It says we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah, right? Because we fell as a people many times. But even though we fell many times, the Lord still had, compassion upon us as his people, and still give us this shot. Because the Lord didn't have to do that. He could have destroyed us. Just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. He could have did that to us, but the Lord didn't. He still had love and compassion for us. You see that? So that's why it says at the top, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. Because near the end of this thing, that's what's going to be left. A remnant. Zechariah 13:8. Only a remnant shall be saved. Not all Israel is going to be saved. All right? Not all people and not all Israel is going to be saved. Only the elect, which we're hoping to be of, is the elect. So always remember, man, every time you look in the mirror, remember, you're hoping to be of the elect. You're not celestial yet. You're still working 9 to 5s. You still eat, sleeping, and pooping. You're still in captivity. You're worn out. Yeah, you're doing the works. We're reading the scriptures. We're fasting. We're praying. We're repenting. We're doing all of these things. It's beautiful. But again, you could be doing all of these things, and near the end of this thing, you could turn out to not be the elect. So this is why we pray without ceasing. We ask the Lord for mercy sincerely. We examine ourselves, and we work on ourselves and fix ourselves. Because at the end of the day, this is a journey that the Lord put you on individually. So even though you may be around brothers, you may be in a camp, you may be solo bolo, you have your own journey that the Lord put you on. And it's either you hold on to that crown or you let it go and you fall out. Now, if you fall out, that don't mean that it's the end. You can fall out and come back and be twice as on fire as you were before. But majority of these guys that fall out, they don't come back. That's what leads to their downfall, because all the works and labors that you put into this thing is all down the drain now, because you didn't gave up. You got to keep pushing and teaching, man. So hey, I did this video for a reminder, man. Only a remnant will be saved. Okay, the remnant, only the remnant. All right, the elect of the nation of Israel. So hopefully this is edifying. On to the next one. Shalom.